way more death and destruction and blood and violence on their hands, right? So it's just a really stupid, really dumb point.
Yeah, what Netanyahu and Trump want is the defeat of Hamas, something they have not been able to achieve militarily on the ground, and now they're trying to force through negotiations once more, saying either Hamas accepts its total defeat.
Look what it says on the screen. Trump's Gaza takeover plan. U.S. would own Gaza. Deal would be a real estate transaction. Palestinians wouldn't have a right to return to Gaza. I love how, like, again, passive language. Like, if this was any other enemy country of ours, it would be like, you're advocating for 1800s-style imperialism, genocide, ethnic cleansing, colonialism, illegal land theft. Like, it would be way more clear. Not we would own Gaza.
Or else we're going back to the onslaught that, again, nobody says is actually targeted at Hamas. Nobody's serious, certainly. Everybody talks about this as an assault on the entire Palestinian population of Gaza and making Gaza unlivable as punishment until Hamas capitulates and buckled. And what we're seeing right now is clearly an effort by Israel, seeing that they finally have in Donald Trump an endorsement of this idea of displacing Palestinians. Israel has lost any interest in that ceasefire, and they're looking for an excuse and a reason for it to fall apart, which is why we've seen dozens of Palestinians get killed throughout the so-called ceasefire, why we're seeing Israel drag its feet on moving to the next phase of negotiations that could turn that ceasefire into a permanent ceasefire. All of that is deliberately designed to force Hamas's hand to basically make it so that Hamas cannot comply without seemingly completely giving in to Israel's wishes in violation of those terms. And that does mean that we're effectively imminently going back to hostilities that are aiming to displace Hamas from the picture entirely. And the issue is that there is a double standard with which we look at this, is that if Hamas is disqualified from being in Gaza because of the atrocities they've committed in Israel, and certainly they have committed atrocities, there's no denying that, why isn't the opposite true? Why aren't the far infinitely greater atrocities that the Israeli government has committed in Gaza disqualifying the Israeli government remaining in power? And that's what we're looking at here, is a situation of dominance in which Israel gets to impose its will on the Palestinians, and they seemingly have Trump's complete endorsement in pursuing that, and that is not a recipe for peace.
Congratulations, Omar, on your last appearance on CNN. They're definitely not letting it back after this.
Actually looking for a way in which we resolve this crisis, we have to start recognizing that Palestinians are equal human beings who are deserving of the same dignity and freedom that Israelis enjoy. And that requires a fundamentally different approach from the United States towards this entire issue, in which we do start demanding that Israel abide by international law and recognize Palestinians as people who deserve to be free in their own land.
So just so we're clear, he's 100% correct. So Israel has violated the deal 1,000 times over. Here's just some of the facts on that. They were supposed to let in 12,000 aid trucks. They let in 8,500. Supposed to be 50 fuel trucks a day. They let in 15 a day. They were supposed to give 60,000 mobile homes. There was no mobile homes. 200,000 tents, and it was only 20,000 tents. So they have all these violations. They've still continued to attack from time to time and kill Palestinians. Also, by the way, in Lebanon as well, they displaced 40,000 people in Lebanon. At the same time, again, it's supposed to be, a ceasefire deal. So they violate the deal over and over and over and over, and then Hamas goes, okay, well, we're not going to release the last hostages. And like, oh, how dare you? You violated the ceasefire. It's just a tale as old as time. Noam Chomsky talked about this 2 decades ago. He was like, this is what Israel does. They'll violate the deal all the time, and then when the exact same energy is given back to them by the Palestinians, it's, oh, how could you? Now we need to kill more of you. That's what it is, right? That's what it is. So shout out to Omar for going on CNN, dropping some truth on their head. But as I said, it'll be his last time on there. Look, the facts are very clear. It's sort of very black and white. Who's at fault, why we are where we are. And that's just not in the nature of CNN to give you that reality. The best you're going to get from them on this topic is both sidesism, right? And false equivalence. That's the best you're going to get. You're not going to get a painting of the picture that, hey man, the Palestinians are the ultimate victims in this scenario. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. But that's the truth. And it should be particularly easy for people to realize at a time when the president of the United States is saying, we're going to steal all of Gaza and build some hotels and build some casinos and ethnic cleanse the region, finish the genocide, ethnic cleanse the region, and you're going to deal with it. Well, I mean, shit, if you can't be honest and describe the situation for what it is now, then you just are incapable of honesty, right? And I shouldn't complain because I'm just happy CNN had on Omar. But my guess is you're not going to get this particular perspective going into the future anymore, even though it's the exact perspective that's needed to call out just the absolute insanity that we're now witnessing with the complete and utter destruction of international law, the Geneva Conventions, the Nuremberg Tribunal, the UN, any semblance of human rights. Like, that's all up in flames. And instead of being honest about that, they want to do some both sides thing and pretend like we're in a normal time. It is not a normal time when the president of the United States is like, we're going to steal that land that's not ours, build some casinos and stuff, ethnically cleanse it, whatevs, bro. No big deal, bro. Jesus Christ. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.